In Formula One, talent gets you in the door, but talent alone doesn't keep you there. Because in F1, one mistake, one crash, one scandal can destroy your career forever. Today, we're counting down F1 drivers who had the talent, had the hype, but killed their own careers. From Crashgate to the Torpedo, these are the moments that turn potential legends into forgotten names. Let's start with Pastor Maldonado, the man who was supposed to be the next great star of F1. In 2012, he actually won a race for Williams at the Spanish Grand Prix. Yep, an actual victory. But what's he remembered for? Crashing. Over and over and over again. Maldonado didn't just crash occasionally, he became a meme. Entire highlight reels are just him wiping out, colliding with others, or spinning at the worst possible times. He cost his team millions in repairs. Mechanics dreaded seeing his car come back into the pits, usually missing half its front wing. The raw speed was there, but trust? Gone. No team wanted to deal with him. By 2015, Maldonado was out, a one-time winner remembered as F1's Crash King. Next up, Romain Grosjean, the man once called the first lap nutcase. Why? Because Grosjean had speed, but he also had a nasty habit of causing chaos before the first corner. The worst? Spa, 2012. Grosjean triggered a massive pileup that could have seriously hurt Alonso and Hamilton. It was so bad the FIA banned him for the next race. Teams stopped seeing him as championship material. He hung around in the midfield for years, always fast, but never trusted. And after one too many mistakes, Grosjean's F1 career faded. He eventually reinvented himself in IndyCar, where fans embraced him. But in F1, he'll always be remembered as the guy banned for being too dangerous. Some careers die because of bad driving, others because of scandal. Enter Nelson Piquet Jr., son of a world champion. In 2008, at the Singapore Grand Prix, Piquet deliberately crashed his car on orders from his team. Why? To help his teammate Fernando Alonso win the race. And it worked. Alonso won the race. But when the scandal broke, called Crashgate, Piquet's reputation was obliterated. No one wanted to touch him. Sponsors bailed. Teams distanced themselves. He went from F1 driver to disgraced exile, all because he followed orders to literally crash on purpose. The name Piquet should have meant greatness. Instead, it became a synonym for one of F1's darkest scandals. Now, Jarno Trulli. Early in his career, he was brilliant. He even beat Fernando Alonso at Monaco in 2004 to win a Grand Prix. But somewhere along the way, Trulli picked up a reputation that destroyed him, the Trulli train. He was famous for qualifying well, then holding up massive lines of cars during races. Lap after lap, Trulli defended like his life depended on it, but he wasn't fast enough to pull away. Fans got frustrated. Teams saw him more as a roadblock than a winner. Slowly, he slid down the grid, and just like that, the Trulli train came to a stop, a career derailed by a reputation. Sometimes the worst thing that can happen to you in F1 is your teammate. Ask Heikki Kovalainen. He won a race for McLaren in 2008, and for a moment, it looked like he was destined for greatness. But then reality hit. His teammate, Lewis Hamilton. Hamilton destroyed him, outqualified him, outraced him, overshadowed him. Kovalainen's confidence shattered. He never recovered. He slipped down the grid, ended up in backmarker teams, and eventually disappeared. It wasn't one big mistake, just the slow, brutal realization that he wasn't fast enough compared to the very best. Some drivers don't go out in flames. Some just fade away. Esteban Gutierrez was hyped as Mexico's next big F1 star, but when he finally got his shot, nothing happened. No podiums, no standout moments, just forgettable midfield results. Before long, Gutierrez was more famous as a simulator driver than as a racer. When your nickname becomes the Simulator King, your F1 career is dead. And then there's Daniil Kvyat, better known by his nickname, the Torpedo. Kvyat had speed. He even stood on podiums for Red Bull. But then he made the mistake of crashing into Sebastian Vettel multiple times. Vettel himself gave him the nickname Torpedo, and it stuck. Red Bull lost patience. They demoted him mid-season in 2016, replacing him with a teenager you might have heard of, Max Verstappen. And that was it. The Torpedo never recovered. His reputation destroyed him. His career was over before it really began. And finally, Nick Heidfeld. Mr. Consistency, Mr. Reliable, and also Mr. Almost. Because Heidfeld scored 13 podiums in his career, but not a single win. He was always there, always solid, always safe, but never spectacular. Teams stopped betting on him. Sponsors wanted stars, not steady hands. And so Heidfeld became a trivia question, the man with the most podiums without ever standing on the top step. In Formula One, you don't always get second chances. For some, like Maldonado, it was too many crashes. For others, like Piquet Jr., it was scandal. And for guys like Heidfeld, it was simply never being quite good enough. F1 is brutal. One mistake, one reputation, one bad teammate, and your career is finished. But now, I want to hear from you. Which driver do you think wasted the most talent in F1 history? Did I miss someone you'd put on this list? Drop your pick in the comments because this debate is going to get spicy. And if you loved this breakdown, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the bell. Because the next one, it's even crazier. F1's biggest betrayals. See you there.